Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Expedition 33. A lot happened at the end of the last stream, so I'm going to take a moment to sort of recap just to sort of get my mental framing correct. Because yeah, a lot happened. We took out the Paintress, and as everyone was in the middle of celebrating our success, everyone got gommaged. We found out that the Paintress was actually protecting the people, and that her painting the numbers, I guess she's been slowly weakening, and so the painting the numbers was sort of a warning of who she would no longer be able to protect. So, I guess to go back in time and give us a lot of lore about what's actually happening, there's a family of painters who have the ability to paint life, like real life, lifelike portraits or paintings. So you have Renoir and Aline, I think are the father and mother. Alina is the name I'm not as sure on. And then their children, Verso, Clea, I think it was, and then Alicia. And I think from how I'm picturing it all went down, something happened. We heard that it was due to Alicia's naivete, like she's naive, and that somehow got writers to attack them and burn down or start a fire. We don't really know what that actually, like how that got triggered off. But Verso died in the fire protecting Alicia, and Alicia was still heavily burned and injured. And then after that, the mother, Aline, went into Verso's painting and then just sort of stayed there. She built a copy of her family and just stayed in the painting with them. The father, Renoir, wanted her to leave. And I don't know if it was because she'd spent too long in there or if it was weakening her or dangerous in some way. I can't remember quite on that. But he was trying to get her to leave the painting and come back to the real world. And so then he was stuck in there for ages. Clea said she did something to help their mother win. We know the Paintress was on top of the monument, and I think it was said that the real Renoir she had trapped underneath the monument. But Clea said she did something to even the battle out so that the father would win. And then she encouraged Alicia to enter the painting to help their father win, so that their mother would stop wasting time in the painting. So, the characters we met are all the painted family. The Paintress is the actual Aline, who I think by killing her, we've just kicked her out of the painting. I don't think it actually killed her. Mael is Alicia, who entered the painting, but upon entering it, she lost control and got covered in her mom's chroma or something, and was repainted as an infant being born, and so grew up in this world as Mael. But with the Paintress's gommage, she retained or lost the Mael form and gained her memories back as Alicia. But she wants to still be called Mael. So there is still a good portion of that, of Mael. And so we have Verso here with us. This is the fake painted Verso because the real Verso's dead. We are the real Alicia, although the painted Alicia is probably still around somewhere. Interestingly enough, everyone was gone in the gommage, but we can still see Esquier as part of our team. So I'm confused why they weren't gommaged. But that all boils down to where we are now,
Your father
where
was the one erasing everyone. Why would he help repaint everything?
I hid the canvas before I entered, so Maman can't come back again. There's no need to erase the canvas anymore.
He'll want you to go home.
I'm not at risk like Maman. I haven't been in this canvas that long. Besides, Papa has a soft spot for me. He'll listen.
Okay, yeah, so being in the canvas for too long puts you at risk of harm. She hasn't been in long enough for that to be a problem. But her father's coming, and she thinks she can convince him to help restore everything. Okay, well, thanks for being here, Phoenix Fire. Yeah. I think another interesting thing to note is that these painted family members that we meet aren't necessarily identical to the real characters. Like the Renoir we fought is the mother's viewpoint of Renoir. She painted them, and so they may not be accurate renditions. And it's also interesting to consider Maëlle here, because the Alicia that we met in the painting, the fake one, as well as the Alicia we saw in the real world, were both very quiet and timid. And I don't know if that's how she was before the fire, or if that's something that was caused by the fire, but it's not how you would typically describe Maëlle. And so it's interesting to consider how living a life as Maëlle might have helped this Maëlle Alicia to overcome her timidity. If that's a word. But I'm assuming we are going to successfully get the rest of our team back. That she's going to be able to convince her father. Otherwise, this game's going to take a really weird turn. I mean, the game already took a weird turn. So, are you the real Renoir? Like the Paintress.
Papa.
Alicia. You're safe. I thought I told you to stay home.
Technically, my body's at home.
Some of Eileen's finest work. I regret that it caused you so much pain. What Eileen did was unfair to you most of all. Please, accept the Descendre family's apologies. I know it seems absurd to offer oblivion as recompense, but perhaps that's the outcome we both desire.
What?
I'm proud of you. Getting your mother out of the canvas was not easy. Once we erase the canvas, we won't have to worry anymore.
She's home now. Why?
You know your mother. Verso painted this canvas. It contains a piece of his soul. She'll never willingly part with it.
No.
For the sake of the living, we must part with the dead.
No, Papa. See, I hid the
She
canvas.
will always find it. This is our only opportunity, while she's too sick from her prolonged descent into the canvas to return.
No. Papa. Papa, please. This is Verso's only canvas. You can't destroy the last piece of him that we have. This is my home now. You can't just decide...
Your home? After all that with your mother, you want to stay?
You know how little remains of my life outside.
Alicia, you'll die. You've already been here longer than you should.
But...
No. Look at me, I said no. I am not letting my daughter risk her life. Alicia.
I'm not, Mama. I'm not going to lose myself if I stay.
I know full well you will, and I am not doing this again!
No! Papa, what are you...
It's time to go home.
Well, she was wrong about convincing him.
All aboard!
Oh, Monoko did survive. So they were only erasing the humans.
Come on. Come on. See them.
We know he's also spent too long in this painting, longer than her, so if we can kick him out, he won't be able to return in either. At least for a while. But yeah, referring to this as our home definitely wouldn't make her father feel good.
I did it so easily. What am I doing wrong?
Don't be discouraged. It's only been a day since you remembered your Paintress side.
We believe in you.
Come on, Verso. You can give her tips.
Remember them. Painting isn't about verisimilitude. It's about essence. Truth of who they are. Your father made the axles, right? She who plays with wonder, he who guards truth with lies. They're the essence of your mother and your brother.
How did we got marched? Wow, your hair.
We have much to talk about.
Super true. Hey,
So
Alexius.
you were a daughter. And you were a paintress too.
So cool, right?
And you knew this whole time. You fucking coward! You betrayed us! We trusted
You can bring them back too. Yeah? Everyone we've lost.
Yeah, but I need Chroma and Papa controls all the Chroma in the canvas.
So kick him out. Problem solved.
No. Not all of it. The expeditioners.
Yes,
the
I just
ones
got to
killed
Act
by
3.
Nevrons. Gustav noticed their chroma remains in their bodies. They never dissipated, like the gamage.
It's old Chroma, not pure. It won't be like bringing the two of you back, but we could use it in other ways.
Time for the greatest expedition in history.
So currently we're right outside Lumiere, I assume. I don't know what our goal for the expedition is, just to grab the Chroma from dead Nevrons.
Lune.
I was right not to trust you.
I mean, kind of, but things... long term, things weren't going to work out the way they were. Like, the Paintress was eventually going to get kicked out or killed or something, and then we'd be in the same situation. He just forced things to move forward quicker, but the end result is the same. The Paintress would die, or lose, or whatever, and Renoir would be in control.
And what would you have done in my position?
I wouldn't have betrayed my expedition. I would have warned them that everyone they cared about was about to be erased. That they were about to be erased. I would have told them the truth. Because after everything we've been through, we deserved that.
That's fair. I don't know if I would have told the whole town that nothing could be done and they were all going to be gommaged. Like, whether now or 33 years in the future. But that there wasn't any hope. But certainly, an expedition that you're traveling with, I think you could have told them the truth. Like, if you knew that Renoir was the problem, although we didn't know that, kind of both of them are problems. Because I don't think just killing Renoir and kicking him out of the painting would have made this any better either.
So you choose your expedition over your mother?
That's true. He was saving the life of his mother. Because presumably if we kicked Renoir out, she would have stayed in the painting until she died. It's not something that she would have gotten kicked out of.
That's your problem. You think in false dichotomies. It wasn't an either-or situation. Other solutions were possible if you'd only trusted us enough to ask.
Knowing what you know now, would you have helped me force my mother out of the canvas?
I mean, if there was a way to get her help to kick Renoir out of the canvas, and then have her willingly step back from the canvas for a time to be healthy, because ultimately that's the real problem here, is that Renoir, everyone wanted her out of the painting so that she doesn't die. If they could have just convinced her to willingly do that, like, yeah, you have to take a break from it. Cool. You can come back in a couple of years. Seems like that'd be the fine solution. But otherwise, no, it had to go the way it went.
I don't apologize for saving her. But I am sorry I broke your trust. And I will do everything I can to help bring everyone back.
Yeah, because as it stands, the goal now, we've gotten the mother out, we need to get the father out before he equally gets hurt. At some point, Mael also needs to leave. But there's no need for everyone to actually be erased. The only reason that Renoir is erasing everything is so that there's no temptation for the mother to ever come back in. And I feel like there could be better solutions than that.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's mad at you.
Yeah.
Are you?
Iskia can be sad, or bad, or even rad, but never, ever mad. bad things happen when we get mad.
Oh, I know.
But I can never be mad at you.
Okay. So yeah, we are just back near Lumiere. The monolith is really far away again.
Save it. I don't need your mea culpa. You did what you felt you had to. Of course, you were wrong. But, oh well.
I think he could have told them, but I don't think the end result was necessarily wrong, because I still stand by the end result would have happened soon enough. Like, the Paintress losing would have happened anyway. He just managed to save her life by forcing her out early. It would have just been another generation's problem rather than the current generation's problem. So I don't think he's as wrong as they're trying to blame him to be.
I thought you'd be more upset.
I was. I got over it.
Seems fast.
Everything I knew about our world is wrong. And you know what? I don't care. 'Cause death isn't death anymore. And that means I can see my husband again.
Maybe. It requires a paintress to be able to perfectly visualize their essence. Well, probably knew your husband, so that's potentially possible. But there's a lot of people who have lived and died who she probably doesn't know well enough that she can just bring them back. Though I'm shocked she hasn't brought Gustav back. But then she did have to grab their souls out of the ether or something before she left. Seemed like. So maybe he's been dead too long? If that's a thing?
CL.
Oh, please. I'd sacrifice you in a heartbeat to get him back. So, I understand. We're good.
Thank you.
As long as you help me bring Pierre back. You owe me.
You got it.
Yeah, because he's already got what he needed, so at this point, he's fine to do whatever he can to help. So was the curator, in fact, Renoir? Because that's what it seemed like. And certainly they... But those people all kind of look the same. The hollow individuals. So it's hard to say for certain.
Yippee!
We found 2 of my 9 lost Jestrels so far. Yep, that's it. Miles gotta be... There we go. I was like, Miles gotta be here somewhere.
We have to push Papa out of the canvas before he erases everything.
Correct.
I'm surprised he hasn't already.
He's been weakened by his battle with Maman. That's probably why he hasn't come after us. But it won't stop him for long.
If you and your father keep fighting, you risk breaking the world again. Another fracture, but this time, it might be you trapped inside the monolith.
Okay, so the fracture... I wasn't sure if the fracture was something that the original Verso painted into this world as just like an interesting set dropping. But no. A fracture... The world broke, presumably when Aline trapped Renoir under the monolith.
What's the alternative?
Maybe you should go home.
Well, then everything will just be erased. Because her getting out isn't going to stop Renoir from finishing the erasure, because he wants to make sure Aline doesn't re-enter. And after Maëlle saying that this is her home, he's got similar viewpoints about her.
Verso.
You're fighting each other, but you're all doing the same thing.
No.
Eileen wants her son back. Renoir wants you and Eileen back. You want Gustave back. The cycle we needed to break wasn't the gommage. It's your family's cycle of grief.
True. And I don't think it's just Gustave. She also wants Verso back. Like, as he was being erased, she was willing to stop him from being gommaged. And is pushing for, you can't remove the paint, destroy the painting because it's the last bit of Verso's soul remaining. So it's not just Gustave.
Our whole world carries the burden of your family's grief.
Yeah. All very true. And I don't have a great solution. Because just the fact that if they enter the painting, apparently it drains them over time. So they can't stay here. And yet they each want to. I should speak with everyone. Did I not? Who do I have left to talk to?
Ischia can be sad. Bad things.
As long as you help me.
You got it.
Oh, right, Minoko. I forgot about you.
Not to say I told you so, but I do believe that I did, in fact, tell you so. Thanks for the support. Was it worth it?
Hard to say at this point, but probably.
What will you do now? I'll do my best to earn their trust back. Quite a steep hill to climb.
I'm curious. Since the curator is gone, how do we upgrade our gear? Because surely we're able to. Let's check up on the others.
Nice hair.
Oh yeah. That.
I can't believe there's another world out there. A world I'll never get to see.
I'm sorry. I didn't. My memories. I would have told you if I'd known.
Don't apologize. You were trapped too. You lived among us. You're one of us. Even if you're also one of them.
Yeah. And that's the benefit here, is that the others are all on the outside looking in. Like, they are people from that world. And while they're experiencing this world, they're not from this world. Mael has that duality that will help her hopefully find a better solution than them, because she's part of this world as well. She's lived here as one of these people.
It's so weird. I have memories of 2 childhoods, 2 homes, 2 Lumiere.
You're not an orphan anymore. You just found your family. Don't you want to be with them?
I mean, she knows that when she leaves the painting, she's going to be back to how she was. Scarred. Yeah. Like, right here, she's whole. And that's got to be a difficult thing to deal with. I don't know how much of her personality will transition over. Will she still be quiet and timid, or... I don't know. But this seems like a better life for her. So I get why she'd want to stay.
I love my family, but they're all gone. In one way or another. And you're my family too. So are Gustav and Emma.
Your family are gone. Huh. I mean, obviously Verso's dead, but the rest are still around. But it is just that who they used to be as a family, they've all broken in one way or another. And so none of them are truly whole. They're all just empty, maybe.
And I didn't see it at the time, but all the families who took turns taking care of me.
Maya. This is a lot to take in.
Yeah. But for the first time in a long time, I have hope.
Create the greatest expedition in history. First, we will write in the Journal of Gustav's Apprentices. Yeah, we gave that to them, but then when they were gamaged, I assume Mael... Well, I guess the kid threw the journal on the ground. And at some point in all that, Mael must have picked the journal back up. Mael finds a spot where she can write. She spends some time writing in Gustav's journal to honor his memory. She writes about everything, the Paintress, Aline, Renoir. So no matter what happens, the truth will be written somewhere. She's sure that when she brings the apprentices back, they will want to read this story. I mean, maybe? Didn't seem happy the last time you gave the journal, although if you do bring Gustav back and he can hand the journal to them, things might be different. Well, it's back. So our current objective, return to Lumiere and defeat Renoir. You know, nice, easy task. Alright, well, let's create the greatest expedition in history.
Clair-obscur, trouble de rature, courera et fait. Clair-obscur, bordé aux peintures, trouvera sans elle. Clair-obscur, trouble de rature, trouvera et fait. Clair-obscur, bordé aux peintures, trouvera sans elle.
Okay. So she wasn't just collecting Chroma, she was sort of bringing back all of those expeditioners. Escape ability unlocked. Fly. Excellent. Expedition 33's final objective. Head back to Lumiere and expel Renoir from the canvas. Yeah, that army, though. Are those... They didn't seem like real people. They seemed...
Once we're ready,
like zombies.
we can head to Lumiere.
So I guess the question is, what now? Because we're right next to Lumiere. Is that it? We just head there? Because there is some stuff we didn't finish. Like, I remember that cave that we couldn't do enough damage. And we got the ability that allows us to do over 9,999 damage, but it doesn't seem like we were regularly hitting over that. Occasionally. Just go to Lumiere and find your way through throughout the enemies. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the thing. I don't know of anything else specific I should be doing. Don't do the side quest, you'll be too OP. Maybe.